Welcome to the Bear Den. Today we're just going to chat for a little bit and yeah. So I hope everyone's having a good afternoon. It is 83 degrees here in Western New York. Another beautiful July day that I'm missing. But that's fine. It is what it is. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Oh, I said that already, but that's okay. Feels weird to be back on camera, not gonna lie. Don't particularly. Oh, let me. Good, I did leave it on all messages this time instead of top. Good job, Mary. I hope you're having a good day. But thank you for the like button, hitting the like button on your way in. I don't really have a topic for this live stream. I was just going to give people the chance to come in and talk if they wanted to, or I was going to sit here and aimlessly babble for 30 minutes, which is entirely possible. Hello, Ron. How are you today? How is all the animals? So I haven't been on camera in a couple days, and I wanted to pop on here and show people that I'm in one or several pieces. Oh, thank you, Galliano. I appreciate you. We're not really looking our best right now. I can look until I feel how I feel by looking at my face. But I'm not going to let that discourage me. Maria, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. I understand. I need to pick up around my house too, and we will get there sooner or later. It's not atrocious, but it definitely needs some attention. We really are, Galliano. That's the truth. So I got back today from my 2 appointments, so I left the house today. Unfortunately, I scared the bejesus out of my mother, who was driving me, because I overslept and I had my phone on Do Not Disturb because I had streamed late last night, and when I stream, I try to put it on Do Not Disturb. So she couldn't get me this morning, and she was calling and calling, and she was worried I had fallen, and so she ended up walking around the trailer and beating on my bedroom window, and I heard her, and then I woke up just to swearing because the last time I had looked at the clock, it was 8, and I didn't know where my phone was then because I had fallen asleep with it. Well, I was watching somebody else's live stream late last night, and so I didn't know where my phone was that whole time. So she had come to get me, and I had to get some blood drawn this morning, so I had fasted after 11 last night, and they ended up taking 5 tubes, and I was a little loopy afterwards, so I had to, I ended up coming back after my next appointment after that and taking a little bit of a nap. So you're up to speed on Mary's day so far. But it was good to get out of the house. Good morning, Ara. How are you, sweetheart? Hello, Sassy. Nice to see you. But I felt bad because I scared my mom, but I definitely did. Yep, Ara. I think it's Brooke that can't see your messages, but I remembered to put it on all messages this time. I think last night on one of my streams, I had it on top messages because I couldn't see anything. Oh, I understand, Carrie. I'm glad you're going to your new place, though. Yep. Yep, Arla, I can see ya. So that was the excitement for my day, giving my mom more gray hairs. Oh, goodness, Ara, no. My chat has been freezing a lot. So if I'm ever not talking, guys, or not paying attention to your messages, it's because my chat's frozen. I gotta give somebody my phone number so they can text me when my chat's frozen, or send me a Discord message or something. Oh, goodness. Oh no, Ara's weak. Yeah. So if I'm ever not responding, it's not because I don't care, so never take it like that. Just assume my chat is frozen. And mine will go back to top messages sometimes randomly in the middle of a live stream too. I don't know why it does that. Like every single live stream I watch, I have to go back and hit the three little buttons and then arrow down to live chat and and switch it back to all messages, because sometimes when I'm watching another creator, it automatically goes back to top messages and I don't see everything in their chat either. It's so annoying. If you have the settings to all messages one time, you should be able to leave it at all messages. And top messages are stupid. Who wouldn't want to see all of the messages? Oh, I hear you, Sassy. While I don't firsthand know the struggle, I can imagine it is difficult. I wonder where my big giant water bottle is. Ugh. But I gandered at my craft room today. I gave it some thought, and I still, the way I have to raise my leg, I still haven't navigated it in my craft room. Oh, Ron, I absolutely understand. Especially at nighttime in here, after like midnight, it gets a little crazy if I'm on after midnight. When I came back last evening after we went on our field trip to Richard's live stream, the second one, there were just mean people in, and I was not in the mood, and I swore, and I don't usually swear on live stream, but I was just not in the mood for children's nonsense at that moment. In that particular hour of the day, I'm usually much more patient because I'm usually just like, oh, it's just a dumb kid being rude. But people are entirely too comfortable saying things behind a keyboard that they would not say in person. Even if I weigh 600 pounds, Rohan still wants me to go to Jamaica, so I can't be that hideous. Oh, goodness. Even in Mr. Ron's chat, sometimes the children go nuts. We're still about the same, Ron. I go see my primary Friday, and I go to the orthopedist the 6th, which is actually soon to get into the orthopedist, even though it is not soon at all. I see very large needles in my future. I'm going to see if I can, at my primary, I'm going to see if I can get a shot or something, because if I have to stand on this leg, words cannot express the level of pain and agony that happens with every step I take. It's like the Police song. And actually, the knee that is hurting really bad right now was my good knee. So I'm having to use my already bad knee to support the good knee. I'm going to have to change their names, it looks like. I'm looking forward to it, Sassy. I will take the big needle right now. Whatever I need to do. I'll take 2 if I have to. Hello, Anton. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Oh, I look a hot mess today, but that's all right. We're here. Thank you, Carrie, and I'm praying for you that your new apartment goes as well as it can. But knowing you, Carrie, you make the best of every situation, so I have faith that you'll still be happy there. Unfortunately. Thank you, Zika. I appreciate you. Yep, Sassy, definitely. Definitely. I have had my daily regimen of Tylenol and ibuprofen, though, so hopefully that combined with my regular medicine will do anything. I'm glad you're doing well, Anton. I am okay. Yep, we're very much on the okay train today. Hoping to catch the good train tomorrow, but we're okay. We got up, we got dressed, we handled our business, and now we're in the chair. I got to get my good ice pack back in the fridge. I have 3 of them, and one of them is very big and covers the most area, and right now that's my favorite one. Not to be choosy, but it is a Smart Temp ice pack if anybody is interested. It's very large and it covers a good chunk of area. It didn't come with a pretty blue cover, though. You gotta provide your own towel with that one, but it's still okay. Oh, I'm sorry you had a weird dream, Zika. Sometimes it helps to look on the dream interpretation websites and see what they have to say. I like to go to dreammoods.com sometimes and look up the interpretation of my dreams. It helps make it less weird sometimes. Was it Freud or Jung that did a lot with dreams? I can't remember. And sometimes, Zika, it doesn't mean what you would think. So always check it out and look it up. My dad got me this really awesome book for Christmas one year about dreams, and it was huge, thick, and it had a lot about the psychology of dreams and the interpretations you could look up. It was really cool. I gotta find it. I don't know where it is. I hate that when you have something really cool and over time you can't find it anymore. Oh, Galliano Dream Moods, MOODS, all one word, .com. Zika, I don't know too much about K-pop, and I have not seen the new Demon Hunters movie, so I'm afraid I can't pick a favorite because I haven't seen it yet. Even though I'm kind of, I don't want to say laid up because that's not the right words. Even though I'm kind of sitting a lot, I don't really like to watch movies. I end up watching more YouTube than anything else. My screen time is awful right now. But I also create on YouTube too, though I haven't been doing much creating lately, to be fair. So YouTube is kind of my go-to right now. Sometimes I can't sit through a whole movie anymore. I have a hard time paying attention sometimes, so I like to do things I can stop and start. Me too. And right now, everybody, well, I say everybody, but a lot of the crafters were doing Christmas in July crafts, and I actually had wanted to do a couple of those, and I have the stuff. I just can't get there right this minute, but I will. And I'm actually really excited to do Halloween crafts because um, we have, and a lot of you who've been on my channel. Oh, congratulations, Derek. That's awesome. A lot of you that have been on my channel and seen the outside of my house, I think I've shown the triangle. Anyway, so in the triangle, usually we do um, like a cemetery for Halloween, and we have styrofoam headstones, and sometimes I make other ones too out of foam board, and so we make that like a graveyard scene. And we have, I made a Dollar Tree craft one time. I made a cage out of um two laundry baskets, and we have a little skeleton that lives in the cage. We call him Bruce, and he hangs off of the tree out there. Oh, I did absolutely nothing with my hair today other than brush it. And I washed it yesterday. But so this is the beauty we get, I'm afraid, for the time being. He's held up really well too. I used a combination of hot glue and E6000, so the baskets have stayed together all this time, and even in the crummy New York weather, I was surprised. And we get a lot of like the LED lights and stuff from the Dollar Tree, and we put it around the outside. It's really neat. And we usually decorate like our front door and stuff, but we sit at the end of our driveway to pass out Halloween candy. And we usually have two containers. We usually have one candy container, and then we have another that we have like Halloween pencils, little notebooks, little stamps, bracelets, other small things like that. And we hand those out too. And actually, those are a lot more popular than the candy. If the kids have a choice, they usually go towards that, which is kind of nice. Um, I was kind of ignorant about such things, but I have a nephew with autism now, and so he kind of likes more of the things than the candy because he can't always chew the candy. So that kind of having him sort of changed my awareness about Halloween and stuff. So that's why we started to do the two different things. And we've passed out Halloween candy every year, even during the pandemic at our old place. Because, you know, a lot of, and even though we live kind of, I would say we live maybe, I don't know, we live a little ways off of the main street. So a lot of the kids will come through the trailer park too, which is kind of nice. So it's cool. We get, I would say, at least 100 trick or treaters, definitely. But I can't believe how expensive the Halloween candy is now and how much smaller it is. The fun sizes. We try to get like the medium sized candy bars and stuff because, you know, we go by what we remember getting when we were kids. But I definitely, Halloween's my favorite holiday. Halloween and Christmas, of course. But I really like giving presents more than I like getting them. Aw, that is sad, sassy. It's kind of neat now because a lot of the kids I used to babysit, they bring their babies by my parents' house for trick or treating too, so it's really neat to see. But in my parents' neighborhood, especially, like a lot of the old families have either they've died or moved away, and it's kind of weird to see. Like one of my childhood best friends' parents' house was torn down, and it's just a vacant lot, and it's so I get so sad to see that every time I go past. And it's definitely different. Things are a lot different in the town I live in and grew up in. Like, I remember where I grew up, my parents' house, we lived right there's a big cemetery that's like a city block, big at least. And so we always used to take shortcuts through there. And then there was a gas station at the end, uh, mobile, but now it's a Crosby's, which are probably only local to New York. So, um, so we used to ride our bikes through there and stuff. But nowadays, I'd be nervous about my niece and nephew doing the same stuff I used to do just because the world is so different. Johnny, today I had a bunch of doctor's appointments and stuff, so I got up, I did that, and now I'm just sitting here chatting with you nice folks. I agree, Carrie. It's a lot different. It's a lot more, I don't want to say dangerous, but it really kind of is. Like, I definitely, my brother still walks my niece and nephews trick or treating, and I remember when we were little, like the whole big neighborhood group of us, even though by the time we were probably 8 or 9, we all went together, like walked all over the place. It's just so much different now. Like, I see why a lot of the kids stay inside more, but yeah, it's really not safe. And it's hard to navigate, when you let the kids go by themselves, I imagine. I sometimes am glad I don't have to make those decisions for somebody else because you want the kids to be independent. You do. At some point, you want them to have the confidence that, they can go into a store themselves, pay for things. But also at the same time, it is dangerous. Like, you know, a group of us teenage girls would go to the mall and stuff, and we never thought to look at the cars around us, you know? Like, no thoughts were given whatsoever to anything. Or we'd meet up, um, we went with my friend one time to meet somebody she'd met online, and that was so dangerous back then. And, three of us went to go meet one person, and, God forbid, nowadays I would have been worried we would have been kidnapped or whatever, even the group of us. And especially down your way, Sassy, I know in the bigger cities up here, like Buffalo, they warn about trafficking, and they warn, you know, it's so dangerous for the young girls now. I would struggle with how much leash to give them, you know, because you want them to be independent and you want them to navigate the world, but also it isn't safe. Like, I can absolutely see where it would be like, Mom, I want to go to the mall. And it's just like, no. No, you're not going a city over to go to the mall. Absolutely not. And then you're the meanest person on earth, but you're really not. Because, 17-year-old brains don't think proper. You don't see all the danger in the world because you just don't have the life experience. And we, in our 40s, have seen a thing or two. So, we know what can and does happen in the world. A lot of places, when I lived in North Carolina, a lot of the churches would do like trunk or treats and stuff. So that was really neat. And here, a lot of the cities and the community college here does kind of like a trunk or treat sort of thing. And I think that's good too, because it keeps the tradition of Halloween alive, but maybe in a safer, more modern friendly environment. And I guess a lot of people now are doing something called the Switch Witch. Oh, thank you, John. I did absolutely nothing to it other than wash and brush it. And what the Switch Witch is you trade all of the Halloween candy you get to your parents, and then they give you a toy instead because the candy is unhealthy or whatever. Now, I sometimes feel like things go a bridge too far, and I think if you monitor the kids' candy intake, it's okay. And sometimes life is short. Let the kid have the candy, you know? But I get a lot of more health. But then again, the candy has. I don't know. I don't think the Switch Witch is a great idea. See, when I was a kid, we didn't really do the trunk or treats. We did the house to house, but but there was always a group of us too. Like, my siblings and I are four. We grew up with another family that was five, and then another one that was four, and then a couple of the only kids on the street. So there was usually approximately 10 or 15 of us going around, and my friend had an older big brother who was maybe 3 or 4 years older than us, and his dad used to buy him beer to take us around. So yeah, great parenting, but So, he'd take us around and then get a 12 pack or whatever. So, I mean, we were always safe. I felt we were safe. Under the same situation now, not necessarily. Now, if it were my decision, I probably would be a trunk or treat parent, but I would not be a switch parent. I would be an, okay, let's take maybe one piece of candy or two pieces of candy to school today parent too. Or, whatever works. Caesar, hello pumpkin, how we doing? I imagine you are just getting up for the day or just getting ready for work. I also have not won the lottery today, Caesar. I'm sorry, you're going to have to go to work. I didn't play a scratcher today, Caesar. El Pistafo, my amigo, how are we doing? I have failed you. I saw your videos and have not commented yet today. We'll get there. I promise all videos and shorts, except for Carrie's, which I still can't comment on. Carrie, I'm going to have to create another account just to comment on your videos. I can't comment on Ara's either. I tried to comment on Ara's video today and it wouldn't let me, if Ara's still here. I hope so, Caesar. And I'm coming for everybody. If I win, I'm coming for everybody that's been in my live streams. You all know who you are. If I go up, I'm taking you all with me. Is that right, Maria? Huh. Well, it's still early where you are, Carrie. Hello, Penkaj. I'm sorry if I brutalized your name. Please feel free to correct me in the comments. Aw, thank you, Elle. I appreciate it. Yeah, Maria, it is weird. Oh, Caesar, you're already at work? I hope you packed yourself a good lunch. I was so loopy when I got out of the blood work. My mom had gone through the drive-thru at the McDonald's and I ate my fries and I didn't eat my nuggets. Penkaj. Okay, thank you. I know, Elle. I have been under the blanket or not showing my face at all. I just get self-conscious because you can look at my face and tell I don't feel good, and sometimes my voice sounds like I'm completely uninterested in what's going on, but I assure you I absolutely am. I don't mean to sound sarcastic or rude, anything ever. Well, Pankaj, at the moment I'm having a live stream chat. Oh, you say that and people are going to think I strip. Absolutely not. First of all, I can't get on the pole and do the fancy doo-wop. Bless their hearts, they work their little butts off. I don't think I could hang upside down or... It looks so pretty how they, like the triangle, their legs form the triangle and then they spin. It looks pretty. But I myself will not be on the pole today. Or probably for the foreseeable future. This is as naked as I get on live stream, so... Oh, goodness. Oh, thank you, Elle. Sometimes I need to hear that. Well, Pinkage, at the moment I do very little. Not because I don't want to, but just because that's the way things are. By trade, I am a former mental health worker. I have my Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, which is currently collecting dust. And I have my New York State peer certification, which I probably have to renew. But prior to my unfortunate termination, I helped people not jump off bridges and do other things such as that. I have only physically had to pull someone off a bridge once, though, so. And that was actually when I was off work. Or, I wasn't off work, but I was headed to work, and I had stopped to get a drink, because we all know Mary needs her Diet Mountain Dew, or the world does not function. And this gentleman was riding a bike, and just something about him caught my attention. And he started to look like he was going to throw the bike over, and then he started to climb. And actually, this is how I initially screwed up my knee, is I was climbing out of the car trying to get to him, and my knee went one direction and the car went another, so that was scary. That is probably the scariest thing I've ever been through in my life. Like, I had to go after we got him situated and the police took him down to the hospital and stuff. And, like, I had my professional business card and whatever, and about the respite house that I worked in. After we did that, I had to drive to the end of the bridge, pull over, and call my dad because I was so shook up. That was the scariest thing I have ever seen. Like, that's as close to someone else's death as I've ever been. So, I recommend if you work in mental health, you get your own mental health provider as well, because you're probably going to need it. In fact, I still, to this day, go to counseling because of some of the stuff I've seen and what it does. Elle, you don't want to visit the law enforcement for 30 days. 30 days in the hole. How about you just stay on here and tell me positive things every day? That will do. It does. It absolutely does. For a while, I was getting to where nothing bothered me, and that wasn't good either because I wasn't having proper emotional responses to situations. Elle, if you're going for 30 days, you gotta come on down to Chautauqua or Cattaraugus County. Cattaraugus, I hear, has better food. Chautauqua might be a little crowded. If you visit Cattaraugus, you can tell my brother-in-law I said hi. I'm probably going to have to... Hopefully he's come down off of the... whatever he puts in his system. Bath salts, I don't know. And hopefully they're medicating him. Then everything will be fine. yes, I have. The prison system in my county is very progressive. Actually, I had my uncle used to be a sheriff's deputy, and while he was nobody knows who shit themselves. My uncle actually arrested my boyfriend one time. So that made for an interesting Thanksgiving dinner that year. Oh, Mary has questionable taste at times, at best. I definitely would have shit myself at dinner to get out of that. I just said that to make Al laugh. I I opened Mary's school or Mary's Island of Misfit Boys for some reason. I don't know. Oh, I will be the first to admit my faults. You know, a lot of dogs and some of them are canines. I get what you mean by that. Oh, goodness. It is almost time for another ice pack. It happens to the best of us, Sassy Cat. Good people usually end up attracting people who need to be good. Ow, you suck. That hurts. I just put my leg on the floor, sorry. There's some pain involved when I do that. But I needed to put it down on the floor too because it's a production around here right now. It feels better, but it feels, you know, whatever we have to do to make things. But in New York State, they are not very quick to give you any kind of pain relief, really. They send you home with the, yes, Galliano, I will. I'm not sure what time. I usually wait until Joe goes to bed, and then I get on after that. I mean, I don't really want drugs either. If they just want to give me a shot, I will take a shot. But the pain gets so bad sometimes that I go loopy. All right, Galliano, you have a good day at work. I hope you packed yourself a good lunch. I don't know why I'm worried about everyone's lunch today, but we all need a good lunch. I hear Joe will be coming home at 3 from the Pygmies, but you never know. They let him out periodically from time to time to come and visit, so that's always very nice of them. No, suffering is not right either, because then you're like, okay, you're not going to give me any pain relief. Let me go to the street drugs. And THC, weed is legal here. So a lot of people are like, just smoke, Mary, or just take gummies or what have you. But I just don't like how they make me feel. They make me feel like I'm swallowing my tongue, and then I get cotton mouth, and no gummies for Mary. It is. If things get too much worse, I might I don't know. I might put a call into my primary. I'm on the cancellation list for both offices, the primary and the orthopedist. So hopefully somebody can get me in soon. Friday for primary, though. So we're getting there. It's Wednesday. For a local street pharmacist near you. I do keep some friends of ill repute for such things. Or I know people who do those kinds of things. However, we have not resorted that far yet. Ugh. Elle, I have really enjoyed watching your videos because they kind of make me feel like I'm traveling too, and it makes me feel like I'm not stuck in the chair. So I am glad for your point of view videos because I'm just like, yay, I'm going on a trip. As soon as I feel better, I am going everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. Like, as soon as I can put my leg right to get in the car and drive myself, I am going everywhere. Oh no. BC powders. Are they like goody powders? Well, see, I'm nervous about taking. I'm on gabapentin, and you're not supposed to take but so much ibuprofen with gabapentin, I think. Or maybe it's Tylenol. It's one of the two. I'm sure by the end of the day I'll find out what my blood work says. My poor liver, it deserves a Medal of Honor. Between all the booze I have put in it and all of the medication, it's a fighting champ. I try not to do the booze and the medicine at the same time. And the booze I only do certain times of the year, anyhow. The live stream and the 4th of July or 5th of July is the most I've drank all year because it gives me terrible Charlie horses and it is just not worth it. I love drinking. I would like to be drunk right now, but I cannot do it. Elle, we've discussed this. I don't blame you, Sassy Cat. Elle, you need a brains of the operation, I think. I am available. I can send a resume. I worry for you and your dryer sheets sometimes, my friend. I had so many questions about the dryer sheets. So very many questions. I didn't know where to start, so that's why I didn't leave a comment. But you do you, boo. If you want to leave your dryer sheets in the truck, you do whatever makes you happy. If the dryer sheets were in the truck, what have you been using this whole time? Back upon a time, Downy had a little ball that you could put the liquid in, and then you'd pull up the top, and then the Downy ball would go in the cycle. Does anyone else remember that? Am I alone? Hello, Bree, with your changed name. You go to the laundromat. Okay. That makes sense. My mom had one of those. I think she still does. I might be wrong. No, I think she had to switch to something different after the myeloma. Oh, that would be. I remember the laundromat days. Those are rough. Well, actually, I would go sit at my mom and dad's house. All right, that makes sense. I would put them in the truck too because I would forget it. I assumed, you know what they say about assuming. I assumed you had laundry in your residence. So I understand now. It makes better sense to leave the laundry supplies in the truck. I am glad you're close to hitting 70, Bree. That's awesome. They do. They do. Back in the day, my friends used to hide their pot in the dryer sheets because it would throw off the drug dogs, apparently. It's so strange now that you can walk down the street and people are smoking pot in New York. And, you know, when we were a kid, we were so terrified of getting pulled over with a joint or anything. I have not seen that program, Carrie, but that sounds cool. That's okay, Brie. Yeah, and my mom sometimes would do that with the comforters because the dryers worked better. Okay. I hope no one clipped that. That was a terrible face to be making. Oh well. I actually had somebody do that one night. Like, they took a picture of me and then used it as their profile picture and made a whole account. That was weird. Oh dear. Honey, your caps lock is stuck, just so you know. I know. I don't remember if I had mods back then. Because I was trying to go a long time without having mods. Oh dear, Bree, that's awful. If somebody wants to be me, they can pick up this here stack of bills, they can pick up that their pile of medication, and they can rock on because I am just not. Oh, I understand now. We're probably going to have to get a new dryer this year because it doesn't stop. It's probably an easy fix, but I honestly would rather go to the laundromat, use 3 machines, be done in the same amount of time, and pay more money. I know that sounds crazy, but when things get out of control, and they can, like, sometimes life happens and you end up with a pile of laundry. It happens to the best of us. No, they don't. The new nothing lasts. Ugh. Oh, good. It's nearly 2:55. I can wait till Joe gets home to ask him to get me a drink. I don't have to move. Mary does not want to move people. I might be in this very same spot my next live stream. You never know. Or I might have to go lay flat. 'Tis a very long walk to my bedroom, though. Oh, thank you, Bree. That's okay. You take whatever money you were gonna donate to me and go buy yourself something nice. New pair of earrings, something. Well, Elle, you can definitely do that. Whatever, Tyler. It's not what your dad said. Moving on. I'm sure you will find someone amazing. Lots of ladies around here. I do my best, Caesar. I stole that from Richard, though, to be fair. That's his. He always says your mom. So I adapted it, made it my own. Lay out. It's not a happy day. Well, the day itself is happy. Ow, ow, ow. It hurts to laugh. It hurts to laugh. That's okay. I would rather hurt from laughing than from other things. Good grief. I need to tidy up my personal area here. I got hair ties everywhere. I got my wallet not in my purse. I got shoes everywhere. Okay, Bree. If I ever get monetized, I mean, I'm half acidly working on that, but not with my whole ass right now. Well, that settles it, Al. You're gonna have to go down I-95 and buy Sassy a cup of coffee. On you go. And you'll have to take video the whole way so I have something to watch. I can't be laid up here with no entertainment. Shoot, if Mary ever feels good. Mary is going on tour. I hear you, Carrie. We'll get there. I have the right number of subscribers. I just don't have the right number of watch hours. Because as great as my music streams are, and I wouldn't change them for anything, I have to delete them so they do not count all the way towards my watch hours. Oh, thank you, Sassy. I would love to come. Ugh. I would say a darn good time, but I need to cut and paint my nails. I need to pluck my eyebrows. We at the Bear Den are just not doing the upkeep lately. It's a good thing Mr. Mary hasn't put me out to pasture. I did successfully manage to shave my legs yesterday, enough that I wasn't embarrassed when I went out in public today. But it was very difficult. And it hurt. Caesar, we will come and get you. Well, somebody that can get a passport will come and get you. I could get a passport. It's okay, Elle. You're amusing. So, if the laundry has to wait a couple days, it's alright. The dishes, too. Just remember to take the food off the grill, sunshine. Oh, my sweet lord. Hallelujah. My knee hurts. We'd have to pick up the whole family. Bye, Bree. Thank you for coming in. Good luck with your channel, sweetheart. Hare Krishna. It really would be. Oh man, I just realized something. When we all super chatted Richard last night, he can't get it till next month. That sucks. I should have asked if he had a Duopis. You know, the thing where you can get it immediately? Yeah, Carrie, I have a heating pad and icy hot and ice packs. I have everything I could need to make it better. It's just, I need a pain shot. Maybe a steroid. I wish it was a small world so the wait time would be shorter. Though I'm grateful for the health insurance, I have been. Ice feels better, but I do switch. And that's why I've been leaning back so much, is because I have it elevated. But I wanted to put it down for a little while too, because sometimes that feels better. That, and everybody can see my face for a little bit. Oy. We got to show off the moneymaker. Oh, yeah. I would love to lie and tell you that I'm not, but my counselor, who I've seen for about 3 years, looked at me today and she's like, you look like, because we're, on that level. She's like, you look like you do not feel good at all. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you, Elle. I appreciate you guys. I will probably show my face this evening for a little while until I get too many you look gross comments and then the camera's going off. I get people make snap judgments and they don't know, but sometimes I just wish people would shut their pie holes. Oh, thank you, Elle. Oh, me too sometimes. Hello, Nick T. Thank you for dropping in. We're always glad to see you. Please remember to hit the like button. We appreciate it. We appreciate the watch hours too. Thank you so much. Wish it was a small world, 'cause I'm lonely for the big town. Oh, someday. I know, me too. Especially because I have already lost 80 pounds and my weight fluctuates. It really does. And right now, on account of I can't move, we're on the higher end of things and I'm self conscious. Well, you are pretty as a peacock, so it happens. I'm already self conscious with how I look, and then when the stupid kids on the internet say something, it just makes it worse. Because I already don't want to show my face a lot of times because I'm not looking my best right now. But it gets to me some days more than others. But as you can all also see, occasionally I have a room full of gentlemen that think I'm the greatest thing that since peanut butter. Me too, Sassy Cat. I have done a lot of very unhealthy things when it comes to my weight, and Elle, it is in the works, my friend. I have done a lot of damage to my body because of things people said and doctors have said, and I've done a lot of damage. I understand, Carrie, but you also are beautiful and fabulous. Aw, thank you, Elle. Oh, I absolutely do. I do. And even though I'm on the higher end, most days, honestly, for me, like, the only reason I really want to lose weight right now is to take some of the pressure off my knees and back. If it was just based on appearance, I have no problem with how I look. But for the knees and back, I want to do as much as I can. Thank you, Carrie. So that is where I am at. Oh, Mr. Mary's home. Hooray. Thank you, Elle. Guys, on that note, I am going to go so I can discuss the daily business with Mr. Mary. Caesar's in. Sassy says hello.
Hello.
But I thank you all for dropping by the Bear Den, and we will see you this evening for music. Take care,
Peace.
guys. Bye.